Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me well? Please let me know if everyone can hear loud and clear. I have some issue with the camera, so I don't think so I will be able to use the camera today, but regardless that, we're going to do our session as usual with a share screen. Nothing, no problem with that one. So just to make sure that everyone can see my screen, guys, please let me know if the screen sharing is okay. Yep. All righty. Yes. Okay, great. Okay, so how is trading going, guys? Any exciting trade you did yesterday or early this morning? So as we continue onwards, just to make sure that everyone understands that this content is for general information only, and it's not intended to provide trading or investment advice or any kind of personal recommendation. So here I see good morning. I hope a Chinese Russian missile did strike you. No, that's good. Yeah, I saw you on screen briefly, but yeah, the camera is just not connected. I don't know why. Actually, I changed laptop and maybe that's the reason, just to do some settings, but everything's fine. Yes, we can hear you. Sound it's good. Good morning, Theo. Yep. Pound short, Darshan. In which time frame you shorting the pound? DAX is always great. So, ladies and gentlemen, to make sure that everyone is aware about the weekly podcast and make sure that you that you engage on a weekly basis, because that's how we learn, by continuously listen to the podcast. You're going to have the opportunity, instead of yourself doing research about fundamental in Forex, you have someone, myself, that is doing all the hard work. So you just need to put 3 to 5 minutes every week to understand, and you can listen it as many times as you need, just to understand how the different news can impact the Forex market. All right. Yeah, you notice that it was Dell before. Yeah, now it's an Apple MacBook. Pound on 15-minute. Okay, great. So let's check the news as usual. So the economic calendar first. Let's go from Monday to Saturday, and let's put some filters here. Up. We want only the majors. So inflation rate in Canada, as per the today's calendar, is expected to have a dropping number, 5.9% to go to 5.4%. The economic sentiment index in Germany can affect the euro today. 28.1 to move to 17.1. But this event really, it doesn't bring that amount of volatility that traders pay attention to, especially when you do intraday. For tomorrow and for the next few days, we will have news events that really will affect the currency trading. And among these, if you also listen to the podcast, and as you're going to listen to the podcast, it's going to be the interest rates in Switzerland, in the US, of course, and in the Great British Pound, for the Great British Pound. And let's check the morning briefing top headlines. Federal Reserve faces tough decision on rate increase. What's next for UBS after buying Credit Suisse in rescue? JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon leading efforts to craft new First Republic Bank rescue plan. The bank panic of 2023 could be just what the stock market needs to make money for investors again. It's like here, it's worth reading through that one. Traders, the S&P 500 SPX could beat inflation by 8%. That's the ETF, right? Over the next 12 months, that cherry prospect emerged for an analysis of the US stock market's reaction to past panic prices. So I'm a big supporter and a big fan of the ETFs, especially on the S&P 500. The end of the everything bubble has finally hit the banking system. Credit Suisse and Secret Valley Bank might be just the first of many stocks. I believe we're going to have some domino effect among the globe in the banking system, because thinking that way, if every investor goes to the bank and wants to liquid and wants to withdraw all their money, but the banks, they already invested their money because they are not obligated to hold more than 10% in their vault, and they are investing outside. And where banks investing in people, they lend. So they cannot come to me, for example, if I have a loan and ask me, hey, your mortgage is for 30 years, you have to pay it off in 2 days because the money I lent you, I have to give it to somebody else. So it's a bit weird how it's going to end up. And I really believe, and that's my personal opinion, that we're going to have some kind of domino effect among the banking system. Ferrari investigate cyber incident. Credit Suisse collapse burned Saudi investors. National Bank here, it was backed by Saudi National Bank to make a 1.5 billion. Macron's government survives no confidence vote in National Assembly. EU to send Ukraine a million artillery shells as Russia gains ground. TikTok chief executive Xi Chu to face skeptical lawmakers. FTX lawsuit says affiliate in Bahamas has no claim to company assets. Okay. Amazon to cut, my goodness, 9,000 more jobs after area layoffs. Again, I believe here it's due to replacement by artificial intelligence situation more than rather than the sales of Amazon. And again, that's what I firmly believe. Guys, we just spend a little bit of time. I believe sometimes it's really worth doing this analysis and this explanation, because it's not only to press the button and trade, it's also to understand a few things about how markets work and what can affect our trading. Okay, so let's move on and let's check our charts for today. Let's start with the euro, guys. I haven't rearranged my charts yet, so today we want to take it step by step. Okay, I don't see any issue with that. So euro US dollar, we do have this, if we go to the weekly chart, we can see this high here. We can see this low down to the bottom. By the way, everything is fine with the screen. Yep, perfect. Do you guys still see the screen? You didn't get lost somewhere, right? Darshan, did you get lost somewhere? No? Perfect. So that's the high, that's the low. For a further analysis, we had these lower highs, lower lows. We were taking trades all the way to the downside, most likely. Now at this point here, we just moving sideways really on a higher time frame. Market is just moving sideways here, inside. It's been 3 weeks, especially the last 3 weeks, we didn't see any lower high, lower low, or higher high, higher low. So this indicates that the market is not really in a directional stage. In regards to the pound can see some more volatility than the euro, some more move. We do have a nice higher high in the pound. Interest rates are about to hike in the UK, and that's definitely affect the pound. So it's something we would we can take advantage of that. Really, I mentioned you traders that at this point here, yes, we can expect some retracement, but I believe that this higher high, it's going to be the beginning of a new trend. So some retracement around this area can just help for the price to climb just higher. Okay. USD Canadian dollar. We are right at this area of support, kind of double bottom. We can see it on the lower time frame better, this double bottom here, and we do have also this trend line. From this chart, we can identify a double bottom, but in a descending trend line, shape. So what do we do? If we're going to see a break outside of the trend line, then we have a valid and a confirmation that the market might break higher and just push to the upside. If it's going to break lower though, and here again is the daily chart, we can see the market moving lower due to the US dollar weakness, of course. Okay, next area of support for position trading is down here, but for intraday trading, we just take scenario by scenario, low by low, and we have it as a support. Okay, I'm trying to cover both traders side here, like the traders who prefer to do only intraday trading, and also the traders who like to do swing trading. At this point here, we have on the Swiss C Swiss and the US dollar, or if you prefer US dollar CHF. Double bottom here, we have the top at this area. The market is just in between. We can find some push higher here. EuroCAD, interesting one on the daily chart. Interesting, why? Because we are in this uptrend, we are in this higher high, and when we are in higher high, we want to buy, right? But really at this area, we expected to see some more bullishness, but yesterday, although we have this reversal doji, long like doji, as we call it in candlestick lines, but this bullish candle didn't follow quite well with the next candle, so doesn't show that significant momentum at this point. Any other currency pair you prefer, guys? I'm just taking whatever it's in front of me on the list here. Aussie yen. Let's check the yen pairs. Weekly chart at this support here. We can see some bounce from the support. Here it's the area. Cut JPY, same. This nice length doji can really push a bit higher, but if I go on the weekly chart, I think the market will retest this area down there rather than only this. It's another 46 pips. Yesterday, we said that we are very bearish on this one, and on intraday, during the New York session, really the market with the Canadian dollar, I asked you if you are going to be around to just keep an eye on that. And here it was the 20. We had this retracement, this correction during the New York session, during the London session, and even the New York session, we had some opportunities there. Euro against the Australian dollar on the daily chart. An uptrend can be resumed at any time here. Euro, Japanese yen. I'm still very mixed with this one, as there is no real clarity with this currency pair. Euro Kiwi. On the weekly chart here, it's climbing higher. I was very bullish from this point here, but it looks like the market came in false break all the orders they were sitting below here, and now it's just moving higher. That's okay. One trade doesn't change anything if we are consistent with our trading plan. Euro Australian dollar at this resistance area. For those who are entering short, the stop losses has to be somewhere at this point. But really, if the market is going to just break to the upside, then most of the stop losses, they're going to just get out of the equation. You like, Kyla, the gold euro, gold pound, and gold Australian dollar. And I have a question at this time, ladies and gentlemen, because I am really and very aware and very knowledge about the gold with the currencies. So when we have the gold, with the euro, what does it mean? What are we trading? We're simply trading the gold against the Australian dollar and the euro against the Australian dollar. And whatever the quotes are from these two, they reflected on the charts. Now, if the euro, the gold, for example, here is the gold, let's say it's strong, and the euro is strong. If we're going to go gold euro, what do we expect to see? Or the gold is strong, the pound is strong. If we go gold pound, what do we expect to see? We really expect to see some sideways movement in the market. Okay, now for intraday trading, it's a bit different story. But I will prepare it because I really don't know if I have it here. I will just prepare for the tomorrow session about this stuff. Let's see some New Zealand CHF. New Zealand CHF. We are retesting nicely this area of resistance here. So at any point, the market can push lower due to this technical picture. On the weekly chart, though, last week we had this, it wasn't a bullish engulfing, it was more like a piercing reversal pattern. But I take in consideration two factors now. The first, that the Swiss franc can get weakened a lot due to the economic events. And the second, it cluster with that, is really this technical picture that it indicates a downtrend. So which one is going to outperform? I believe that prices discount everything all the time. Whatever the market participants are really doing, we see it on the chart. It just reflected on the charts. Okay. So let's move on. Let's have a look at some of the indices. Here it's the gold euro. So why I will go gold euro short? And if you see the gold US dollar, it has the same, pretty much the same image, like an impulse move and a reversal candle. So we can experience to see some weakness in gold, If we go XAU with the euro, gold with the euro, we simply see the same image. All right, now if you are shorting that, if that's applied to your trading rules, trading list, it's and if that's totally fine with you, then that's awesome. That's the FTSE. Let me just quickly go to the weekly chart. The next position area of support is too far away. On the daily chart, though, we do have this support here. It just false break. It didn't penetrate it. So we can expect some bounce, strong bounce from there. But anyway, for a 5-minute chart trader, that's not the case. If we check the Nasdaq 100 daily chart, this resistance here, this resistance there, this resistance there. We can put it and we can mark it. So it's at this point here. On the 5-minute chart, we are in this uptrend. The market can come well into this area before it bounces. S&P 500. S&P 500, it's pretty much the same. And let's check the DAX 40. Why I don't see the DAX? That's a German 40. Here is a DAX. Okay, so let's get this out of the way. So let's go to the 5-minute chart. Now 1 minute before the close, so here is the high. Again, at this point, we can see the market. I didn't put any orders today. I can see the market if it's going to bounce higher and take this high to get into some good trades. If not, here it's a hidden resistance here. The market can find some support. Here it's another resistance. The market can find some support. So we will see which one is the appropriate. If you guys gonna trade Theo, morning, how will Secret Valley Bank bankruptcy influence the market? Are there any predictions? It's a bit of long story, but definitely influence the market, because when you, as I said before, you give to the bank, first you ask from the bank money. It's not you give to the bank. It's first you ask from the bank money. The bank lends from the central bank, so they borrow you the money. You make some repayments. It's like and when some depositors want to deposit money and then they want to withdraw their money, if the bank lends all this amount out, then it's really hard for them to get them at the same time and give them back to the depositors that they ask for their money. Okay, because every one of us who goes to deposit money, we do expect that at the same second, at the same minute, when we ask for our money, to have access to them, right? But many occasions, when you ask a significant amount based on the bank's based on what they determine as a significant amount, they just simply say, okay, give us a couple of days and we're gonna give you the amount you ask, but they don't give you on spot. Obviously, they don't have it, so they have to find it, either to borrow again from the central banks, or to go through their vaults, etc., etc. So I was late on FTSE, yes, on DAX as well. And remember, guys, yesterday I made it very clear, when the market is just on this, let me show you the arrows. If the market, it's about to create a breakout at 10 o'clock on the same direction without any correction prior to that, like this move here to the upside, it's a, let's say this is an uptrend, and it follows by a correction. If we want to be buyers only, we identify that, yes, the market has some good room to move. It gives us time to place our buy stops and all this stuff, etc., etc. But at this point here, when the market is going to break to the direction of the last candle closes, then it's a bit hard to determine exactly where we're going to put our entry right there and to put our stop loss above there. That's not ideal. Guys, I think that's all from me today. Thank you so much for your participation. I wish you safe trading, happy trading, and I look forward to see you again tomorrow at the same time. Thank you so much, everyone.